What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Legends Rise and Elder Scrolls Online Podcast, the show where we educate players new and old about the game itself, whether it's how to run dungeons, discussing combat, chatting about crafting, posing information about PvP, gabbing about guilds, babbling about builds, and so much more. I'm your host, Marcus Axford, and I am by myself. So, I know this episode is coming a little late. Last week, Lainey wasn't in the right headspace to record, and I got really busy during the week. I really was gonna just do like a solo thing like I'm doing now, because what we're talking about today really isn't gonna probably even take much time at all. It might be one of our shortest episodes yet, who knows. So, but things got busy. If you happen to be here in the Pacific Northwest, especially around Portland and Vancouver, you might have been busy on Friday as well, like I was, and at the Breaking Benjamin Alice in Chains concert, which was fire, by the way. Literally, pyrotechnics were amazing. Honestly, so I had seen Breaking Benjamin before back in 2018 with Five Finger Death Punch, and I wasn't really too keen on Five Finger Death Punch. I was there for Breaking Benjamin, but sadly, Five Finger Death Punch did way better their performance than Breaking Benjamin did. I don't know if it's because we were in an arena and this one was an outdoor amphitheater or what, but wow, did Breaking Benjamin really, really bring it this time. I was so excited and we had a great time. And then we got the hell out of Portland because if you know anything about it, it's a shooting ground. So anyway, so it's just me. Hopefully you guys are good enough with that. And we're going to get into currencies today. Again, one of those things where Lainey's like, really? Do we have to? It seems really mundane. Well, how many times have we had mundane topics on this show that have led to like nearly an hour and a half long conversation? So, but I can't have a conversation with myself. Well, I can, but then people would admit me to a psychiatric ward. So let's get on with it. But before we get into it, we want to remind you that Legends Rise has an amazing Discord community, and you can find the links for that on our Twitter or Facebook at Legends Rise ESO. We also have an Instagram where we post pics of our adventures, and you can find that at Legends Rise ESO as well. And we are on YouTube at Legends Rise ESO channel. So if you're listening to this through our podcast, you can find the links to all of our stuff in the description, and vice versa if you're watching on YouTube, including a link for the Discord. We also have a Legends Rise Guild network we are building called the Council of Legends. Currently, we have Xbox NA, PC EU, and now finally we have PC NA. So, if you are looking to join any of those, I run the Xbox one, Lainey runs PC NA, and our favorite Brit, Jinjar, runs PC EU. So, if you want to join any of those, check us out in the Discord. Our podcast is on Bonus Roll Productions, which is like this roster of podcasts that you can give ratings and reviews for. It's kind of like Yelp for podcasting, so check us out, as well as all of our other ESO content creators at our friends at bonusroll.gg, and give us all the stars and reviews. And also don't forget to rate us on Spotify and give us reviews on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out. We also have a Twitch channel. Come check me out at Legends Rise ESO. I don't have a clear schedule, but if you subscribe to our Twitch as well as follow us on Twitter, I try to give people a heads up on when I'm going live. A lot of times it's spur of the moment. Like, again, me and my friends will be hanging out, and it's like, let's just start streaming. So I oftentimes forget to like tweet out like, hey, we're streaming, or give out the link or whatever. So I will stream Tales of Tribute sometimes, other ESO stuff, and of course non-ESO stuff like Sea of Thieves, Halo, whatever. And a lot of it is not safe for work, just an FYI. Finally, if you love listening to us here and want more, you can go to patreon.com/legendsriseeso, and for $5, less than the price of a floating crocodile decoy. Seriously, this thing is scary. Check it out on the Instagram. You can get a lot of cool stuff like shoutouts, ad-free, and early episodes of the show, and more. You help us improve the show, meet our personal goals, and keep the lights on. A big thank you to, actually, you know what? I'm going to be honest. It is a new month, and I haven't actually checked quite yet, although I do know one of our monthly subscribers for the month is Leah Palmer-Rye. Thank you for your contribution to our Patreon page. So I will make sure to, because again, the recording is a little weird. I'm getting to this super late, so actually, breaking the veil tonight, we're actually going to be recording Etiquette. So, I should have this episode posted out, like, literally right after I record it. So, I'll make sure to give our proper patron shout-outs towards the end of the week here. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So, currencies. Aha. Currencies, there's a lot of them. And there never used to be. There used to be, if I remember right, it was just gold and alliance points. And I think that's it. Because, yeah, things like Telvar were introduced with Imperial City, which came later. I know that sounds really weird because, you know, when we think Imperial City, we just think it's always been there. But no, it was, I believe, we talked about it. That was either our first or second round of DLC. I'm pretty sure it was our first round of DLC that we got that. So, I mean, if it was, hey, shout out to the PvP players. You technically got content before we did, but I can't remember for certain, so that's neither here nor there. But obviously, the very primary currency is gold. You know, we've talked about it before in our how to make gold episode. You know, gold buys most things in the game, from normal overland merchants to guild traders, luxury vendors, which we haven't actually talked about, the 2 weekly vendors that pop up for between Friday afternoon and early Monday morning. So there is a luxury vendor, which is a vendor that has special furnishings for your house. Yeah, we talked about housing a little bit last episode for, you know, how to solo the game and having housing be the end all be all. So you get some pretty cool stuff from the luxury furnisher merchant. I think this past week was a bunch of dwarven stuff. I'm not necessarily into dwarven stuff, so I didn't really care, but we had Dark Brotherhood for a couple weeks, which was really cool. And some of the stuff takes a lot of gold to buy. Like, I think the most expensive thing that I've seen on the Lux Trader is like 100k gold, and that's how you get things like, if you've seen like the Alinor greenhouses, the windmill. Like, the windmill I think is the largest housing item that we have in the game. But the luxury vendor shows up in Cold Harbor, and I'm actually of course in the game, so we can all go on this fun little journey together. So scrolling over to the Cold Harbor map, in the Hollow City, if you go from the Way Shrine and go through the guild traders and make a right and just follow over the bridge and just follow the path, if you're looking on your map, it is actually, he's directly across from the Vault of Cold Harbor Bank, there on towards the bottom right hand side of the screen. And I just realized something interesting is I should honestly put a disclaimer up at some point for every episode stating, hey, for best effect, open up your game while listening to the show. Like, obviously you can still listen to the show anywhere you are, but it is kind of handy to where you're like following along. It's like, all right, I'm in the game, and I happen to say, oh, open up your map, you know. Let's do a little Disney sing along there. So you'll find the Lux Vendor across, like I said, the Vault of Cold Harbor Bank. He used to be inside the Cicero's Food and General Goods, but they moved him out to give him his own little place there out by the sidewalk. Let's see. There was something else I was going to talk about with him. Oh, right. So if you are in our Discord, or actually there are other Discords, they use the bot to tell you when the Lux Vendor and the Gold Vendor, which we'll talk about here in a sec, will come up. Like I said, it's usually, for me anyway, being on the West Coast, it is about, well, I guess for me and Lainey both, it's about around 4 or 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is when that pops off for us, and it the bot tells us what's going to be in the vendor, how much it's going to be in there for, and when that pops off, that's when you know the vendor is currently available. So, like I said, goes until Sunday night or early Monday morning. I don't really pay attention to which. So, you try to remember that that's there, because there's been plenty of times where I have totally forgotten to go and I've missed on some cool stuff. But the good news is all of these items are not bound. So if you missed an item that you really wanted, it might suck, but you're going to probably have to pull it from a guild trader. I say it's going to suck because this is how people make their gold sometimes, which I actually don't think I talked about on the how to make gold. I probably did, but you know, people will buy stuff from like the Lux Vendor and sit on it for a while, like you do with like style pages and stuff, and wait until the value goes up on it. So like the Alanor greenhouse or the windmill, they'll pay 100k gold for, and they'll flip it for 250k gold, and people will buy it because you cannot find that item anywhere else until it comes back around in the luxury vendor. So it sucks, but at least it is still available. Let's see. Oh, and of course, like we talked about, gold can be obtained in many different ways, and I will refer to why did I write down the questing beast? It should be look up our how to earn gold episode, although you can get quite a bit of gold from questing. Especially there's an event that comes around every so often. I believe it was around maybe June or whatever, where all of our gold intake was doubled, so people would go questing, and instead of getting like, you know, 700 gold for your questing, you would get nearly 2k per quest. So that was pretty cool, and that was for like also crafting rich stuff as well. So I think that's good. We've obviously covered gold quite a bit on this show, so let's move on to crowns and crown gems. I'll bundle those in the same. Crowns are probably your second most used currency, unless you're PvP, in which alliance points are probably your second used most currency, or second most used currency. So crowns are the currency you buy with real money. This is the only currency that you buy with real money, unless you plan on buying things like gold with real money. We talked about it. I don't really know how all of that works, so I'm not going to really go into it or necessarily encourage it, because as we're going to talk about in the etiquette episode, we're going to cover scams as well. So, and there's a lot of people that like to scam people, unfortunately. So crowns, I don't know what the if you buy, we've talked about ESO Plus gives you 1,650 crowns. We say that's a better deal because for $15 for the same exact price, you're getting 1,500 crowns. I believe the most money that you can do, and actually I'm in the game, duh, what am I doing? We're gonna go to the crown store, and no, I don't want crown crates. Store, buy crowns, pressing Y. Let's open up the Microsoft Store here real quick. I'm on Xbox. Oh, that's right. So, cool thing, if you're on Xbox and you have Game Pass, you do get a 10% discount. So, I guess I can't really give you an accurate thing right this second. I do see that, at least I can give you a general idea. So you can buy 14,000 crowns for, it says $89.99. I'm guessing that's about $100, $99.99. Because we've talked, as we'll talk about in housing, houses get pretty expensive. Like, I think that's the highest we've seen a house is $1,400. So you're essentially paying $100 for a house. So hopefully you either make a lot of money or that's a really damn good house. So next up, you've got 5,500, which is kind of your standard for $40. 3,000, I'm guessing that's supposed to be $25. And yes, 1,500 at 15. And 750 at $10, I think, is what that's supposed to be. So, yeah, like I said, it's giving me a 10% discount because I have Game Pass. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed this one. There is a 21,000 crown option for, I'm guessing that's about $150. So, yeah, my bad. There's actually way higher. But like I said, if you've got the money and this is like your favorite game in the whole wide world and it's all you spend your money on, then great. Good on you. So, you use crown... I was going to say crown gems. That's the other thing we're going to be talking about here in a second. You can use crowns to buy all sorts of things from the crown store. I don't know if we've actually like really covered the crown store. I'm pretty sure we have in like the menus episode. But if we haven't, then let's recap real quick. You've got the tabs at the top saying ESO Plus, special offers, crown crates, DLCs. Although if you're a consistent ESO Plus owner, you don't really need to buy DLCs. But you can if you want. That's totally an option. If you start buying up DLCs, I would suggest getting the like the bundles and stuff. Right now, it's showing, because I don't think they go away. We've got Year 3 Mega Pack bundle, which looks like Myrkmire Dragon Bones, and I think the werewolf ones. Oh yeah, Wolf Hunter. There we go. The 2-year Mega Pack DLC bundle, which is, I think, Vardenfell. What is that? Oh, I guess I could click on it, couldn't I? No, I don't want to actually... Oh, bundle details. There we go. Okay, yeah. Horns of the Reach Dungeon DLC, Shadows of the Hiss Dungeon DLC, and the Clockwork City. So, we have all the quest starters, which you don't need to spend crowns on because they're all free. But regardless, that's where you go to get them. I believe we've definitely talked about them before. Upgrades such as armory slots, assistants, character slots. If you don't have any of either the Warden or the Necromancer class, you can go here. Collector's packs, inventory, stuff like that. Utility, like experience scrolls and random crown food that you're probably just not... You get it in the dailies anyway, so you're probably not going to bother with it. Houses. Oh, yeah, like I said, talking about those crowns. There's 30 days left on this, but the Bastion Sanguinaris, which is the Greymore gigantic house in Blackreach, it's 14k. And I'm pretty sure that's furnished, because as we'll talk about, or we've already talked about, I believe, there's furnished and unfurnished buying of houses. Furniture stuff, style parlor for like beards and tattoos and stuff, crafting, things like mimic stones, research scrolls, limited time offer stuff, wardrobe, for costumes, there's dyes, mounts, non-combat pets, and that's all. So that's the kind of stuff you spend your crowns on. And yeah, if you're an ESO Plus member, you can get deals like the Target Harrowing Reaper trial dummy I'm seeing is normally 6k. And because I have ESO Plus, it's down to 4,800. So I'm saving 1,200 on that, but no wonder, because the darn thing is just so expensive. Honestly, this thing is really cool looking. I wish that instead of a Target dummy, it was more of just a regular like house fixture, whatever, because pretty much that's what I use Target dummies for, is just housing fixtures. Like my bartender is a Target dummy skeleton, and I have the clockwork dude that you have to get the pieces to put together, and he's like the guard for my market and stuff like that. So it's just really funny. Crown gems. We talked about crown crates. So crown gems are the secondary. Actually, I guess we're going to talk about Seals of Endeavor too, since they tie into this as well. So crown gems are the currency you get out of crown crates. And I'll go to the crown crates tab, and you'll see the crates you can actually buy. And then below is things like limited time offers, radiant Apex rewards, legendary rewards. Oh, that's really cool. Ancient Nord Gate. So these are things you can usually pull from crown crates. You can also just buy them with crown gems. So this is the only place you spend crown gems at. And if you get crown crates and the items, you don't like the items you got that are in there, then you just convert them to crown gems. So like right now I have 124 crown gems, which is actually quite a lot because what's the highest? Looks like the absolute highest. Okay, I guess that isn't a lot compared to what I'm looking at right now. The Radiant Apex rewards, like the highest is like 2,500 or 2,500 crown gems, which is an absolutely astonishing number. But I guess if you don't like use anything from, if you just keep buying up crown crates and that's all you do, then you're getting those pretty quickly. So you can also I'm gonna back off this page for a second. So if you happen to press, start and go into Crown Store, you'll see, we've talked about in the menus, you'll see Store, and then below it, you'll see Seals of Endeavor. So if you click on that, it brings you to the Crown Store page with only Crown Crates, It's just the Crown Crates tab. But you'll notice that the value on the bottom left-hand corner of each item has changed. The symbols changed, the amount has changed. So we talked about that 2,500 crown gem item. You'll now see something that says 16,000 Seals of Endeavor, which again is absolutely a lot. Seals of Endeavor, actually, if we didn't talk about, I don't know if we talked about that in the last episode for how to solo ESO, which is understandable. There's a lot you can do by yourself. But you can do your daily Seals of Endeavor as well. Actually, at this point, we might as well just make a dailies episode because there's so many daily stuff too. So, yeah, you're doing your daily and weekly Seals of Endeavor, which are endeavors, which give you Seals of Endeavor, which are the next currency we're, of course, talking about right now because they tie into the Crown Store. So, like right now, I've got 2,220 Seals of Endeavor. Definitely not enough to get any of those sweet Apex rewards because they're like 8 to 16k. But it's close enough for me to start getting those legendary rewards like the Ether Hide skin, the Frost Haunt Glister skin, stuff like that. Although, me personally, you never see my character's skin, so it's like a moot point. Ooh, Greymoor Lycanthrope Shield. Oh, only 2 days left on it. That's so sad. But, yeah. So you have it's basically another way to be able to, an easier way as well. So this is a way to get those really cool crown gem rewards without having to buy into it with real money. So I thought that was really cool when Zoss introduced that earlier this year. So I think we can shy away. I guess I could actually quickly just give an example of, and I don't know if I like where they put endeavors. It's in the activity finder. So like daily, you have a choice of 5 dailies to choose from, and you can only complete 3. And the rewards are different each day or each week depending on what you're looking at. So like right now, like the weekly, you can either kill 225 foes with weapon abilities, complete 7 quests for Bruma and Cyrodiil, or complete 6 dungeons, and they'll give you 220 Seals of Endeavor. The dailies right now for today are 10 Seals of Endeavor and 1,000 gold. So you can earn up to 3,000 gold and 30 Seals of Endeavor. Which, oh yeah, another source of how to earn gold. Totally forgot about this. But we always say it, I swear to God, every week, that this game is really big and it's easy to miss things. So, alrighty. I think we can move on to the next one, which is Alliance Points. So, Alliance Points are the PvP currency acquired by doing things in Cyrodiil, Imperial City, and Battlegrounds, used to buy siege gear, experience torts, and most notably gear from the weekly Gold Vendor, which we talked about. Gold Vendor shows up right alongside the Lux Vendor, although she is found, it's kind of hard to describe where she's found necessarily. She's in Cyrodiil proper. If you're, I'm just gonna go by the faction I am. If you are Ebonheart Pact, I believe she's at the South Morrowind Way Shrine, because, you know, when you go into Cyrodiil, you have 2 starting areas for your alliance, and for Ebonheart, there's South Morrowind Way Shrine, and then there's North Morrowind Way Shrine. I believe for at least Ebonheart, she's at the South Morrowind Way Shrine. I don't know about the other two. And it's not hard to find her. I believe, yes, I can zoom in to see this. So from where you're going to spawn, you're going to go left, and I believe she should be near the Mystic Emporium. Actually, judging by the geography on the map, it looks like I can see the platform she usually spawns on. So yeah, she should be right there. And again, the bot, if you're in a Discord server, specifically ours, the bot will pop off and let you know, hey, she's up and this is what she has. And she has a lot of the like dungeon gear. So and it's all gold. All the items are gold. They are usually, I think, like 500,000 alliance points, depending on what piece of gear you're getting, or you can buy them for 250k gold. It's one of those things where you're not, maybe not, I think it's only jewelry and monster sets, I think. I don't think it's like body pieces and stuff like that. Because it would make sense, you know, those are very hard to get, especially in gold. Jewelry in gold is really expensive. If you can, you're better off finding out where to or when, you know, that piece of jewelry is going to come up, and just, you know, save your alliance points, or even your gold if you really want to spend gold on that. But I don't do anything in Cyrodiil, so it's not like I'm buying using my alliance points to buy up all the stuff you normally would, like siege weapons and repair kits and stuff like that. So I usually just save up my alliance points in case there's a really nice piece of jewelry or a monster set maybe I'm interested in. I just don't want to run that veteran dungeon. Because, yeah, you can get masks. You can get shoulders, I think. So, anyway, I think that's about really it for alliance points. It's pretty straightforward. Next up, we have, let's go with Telvar Stones, since we're in Cyrodiil right now. Telvar Stones you are going to find in Imperial City. You can earn them from defeating enemies in the sewers. You get them by defeating players, especially if players have, like, I think you get like half of their Telvar. So if you kill them and they have 2,000 Telvar on them, you get like 1,000, or maybe it's less. I don't know. I just know that you can lose quite a lot of Telvar the more you have, and you die, especially via player. So yeah, you can earn them in a number of ways. You can find them in chests. I mean, you can also get them through like daily rewards too, your daily login and whatnot. And these are used to when you're in the sewers starting area, you go in and get go to the vendors there at the far side opposite, like where you go out to go into the sewers. There's all kinds of different coffers and stuff. You can get PvP specific gear. You can get I think housing furnishings. I'm not quite certain. I think we talked about the Molag Ball Brazier. I want to say that I had to get that with 20,000 Telvar, which is quite a lot. That's quite a grind. So, and the thing about Telvar, though, when earning it, is the more Telvar you have on you, there's a multiplier at the bottom left hand of your screen. And if you have like a certain amount of Telvar, you earn 2 times. If you have even more than that, it's 3 times, then 4 times. So if 4 times Telvar is the max, so if you kill something and you have like, I think like say 4k Telvar on you, and it gives you that 4 times multiplier, you're getting way more Telvar from that kill, whether it's a player or a boss or whatever, than you would have if you're just starting out with no Telvar on you. So people will bank their Telvar, and then they might pull some out if it's early morning or late at night, and they know a lot of players aren't on the server, they know it's safe, they'll walk around sewers with like a lot of Telvar on them, and just go around killing creatures for a while, because that's probably unless you're really good at PvP, it's probably the easiest way to do it. So there's a lot of ways to spend Telvar down in the sewers. And like I said, you also earn it in Imperial City proper as well for killing players, killing bosses, finding them in chests. Any creatures you kill will give you Telvar as well. There is also one more piece of currency that I actually didn't put in my notes, which is why I'm at my house looking through my banker, because I believe I have several stacks of this stuff. So in Imperial City, you'll see these like vaults, I believe. I can't remember exactly what they're called, but there's like vault doors that give you specific and special gear. Yes, key fragments. So I probably should have mentioned at the top of the show, which I'm sure we've talked about in the menus and options episode, where if you go into your inventory, you'll actually see currencies come up first, and you can look in. It'll show your character, what your character has on it, and it'll show what's on the account. So character stuff has gold, alliance points, Telvar, writ vouchers, which we'll talk about in a second. And account wide is crown gems, crowns. Outfit change style tokens. I did not realize that was a currency. Event tickets, undaunted keys, and seals of endeavor. So we've talked about a lot of those already. But key fragments are separate from that, and I think, looking at this, they're the only currency. Which, I guess, technically they're not currency, they're actual items, but they might as well be currency because you need a certain amount of them to, I think it's like 50 to a piece to, like, open the doors, I think. But you go down Imperial City, again, killing things, opening chests, you'll see that you also get key fragments. These open the, can I see it on the map? Hold on. Let me go ahead and see if I can look into Imperial City. Yes, I can. Good. So, like in Memorial District, you'll see the Bone Shard Trophy Vault. If you go to that with 50 key fragments, you can open that door and go in and get loot out of it. Each district has a vault. So, like Arboretum has the Clawed Vault, Arena has the Ethereal Trophy Vault, and so on and so on. I don't remember exactly what gear you get out of them. I don't think it's something that's used often, but I will have to like check on that and check back with you guys, because it's been a long time since I've gone in there and opened those vaults, but I have a lot of key fragments. So, and the nice thing is you can, because they're items and they are, I believe they're not bound, you can sell them. So you can make a little gold off that, especially if somebody is actually, I'm an idiot. It actually shows on the key fragment description what they do. So Zivkin motif chapters can be obtained only from caches within Imperial City proper. The chance of finding a chapter increases with your Telvar Stone multiplier. Okay, that's interesting place to put that piece of information. A fragment of an ornate key of Imperial make, gathering 60 will grant you access to one of the city's hidden trophy vaults. 150 will open the trophy vaults in the Imperial City prison or White Gold Tower, which, yes, there are vaults in there as well, although I can't remember where exactly they are. I believe they're outside, just outside of where you go into the dungeon. So if you actually go into the dungeon, you're not going to find the vault door, I don't think, if I remember right. Yeah, they're right outside the door to the vaults. So, yeah, key fragments, woohoo. Probably the least used of all the currencies. Where do we want to go next? We still have Undaunted Keys, Transmute Crystals, Writ Vouchers, and event tickets, I think, are the last three we have. Let's go with Writ Vouchers. We're going to be talking about crafting here in the next month, and if you do your crafting writs, which is the daily crafting writs, you have a chance to get, I believe I have some on me. They are not in that one. Are they in supplies? Ah, yes, sealed writs. So you have like sealed woodworking, clothier, pretty much everything. And these are specific writs, and I know I'm going to be repeating myself later on, but bear with me. But if you look at the description on these sealed writs, it'll show you reward X writ vouchers. So like this sealed clothier writ that I'm looking at gives you 6 writ vouchers. And I believe it's only outside of Mournhold. I can't remember. I think it's only outside of Mournhold that you have the guy that deals with special stuff involving these writ vouchers. So you can go and buy like certain motifs, a lot of the formulas for rare stuff that you can make for other people and make money that way. It's really cool. I would recommend only like worrying about doing the sealed writs once your crafting is very significant. It's going to be pretty much like smooth sailing once you get Master Crafter and you're able to do all the traits. And the only bad part is like doing the style pages. Some of the style pages are really expensive to get your hands on. But again, if you're doing this for the gold anyway, it's part of the job, you know? So it's like investing money in a specific tool that you need, because chances are that's not going to be the only time you're going to need that specific style page for that writ. Rolus Slalu. I was distracting all of you so I can get to the guy. Mastercraft Mediator. He's outside of Mournhold. So yeah, he does have a rotating stock, so don't hold on to those writ vouchers too long if you're wanting to get something specific. So like right now he has like High Isle Caraval Miniature, which previewing that, it's a little ship. So you can make a tiny little ship, because these are all blueprints and designs and stuff. Ooh, Shark Jaw. That's really cool. So these are like 125 writ vouchers. And I've seen some sealed writs go for quite a bit. Or give you quite a bit, like over 100 writ vouchers. But those are like the ones that, like, they need to be gold, and they need to be Nirnhone, and they need to be like twice, like ace from a set that you need 9 traits for. Like it gets absolutely bonkers when you start doing that stuff. This is also where you can get another place you can get your crafting stations, which we'll talk about in the future. And I believe, yeah, attunable crafting stations as well. You can get researching scrolls, certain provisioning items, glass and ebony style motif books. This is where you can get those from. You can buy storage coffers for 200 crafting writs. So all sorts of really cool stuff. But I'm gonna be Master Crafter, I believe, by the end of November. So I'm excited to actually like get in here and do more, and so I can get these things. So I think that is a good sum up of those, because we'll talk about more of those when we get into crafting here. Oh wow, look at that. I said this was going to be our shortest episode, and I might still be right, but man, I've been babbling at you guys for 40 minutes. You can do it. That's fine. I talk to myself all the time. I don't need help. So, moving on, going back to our currencies. What did I say we have left? Undaunted keys, event tickets, and I think that's it. This is going to be one of those where if I've missed that one stray random currency that isn't on the currency but should be considered currency, like the key fragments, at that point, well, next junk drawer episode, we're going to be covering that. Okay, let's go ahead. Since we have an event coming up here soon, let's go ahead and use that for the end. So let's talk about Undaunted Keys. Undaunted Keys you earn from your daily pledges. So each capital city has a Undaunted Enclave, and this is where you go and talk to the 3 people. Glerion the Redbeard. I can't remember what the other 2 are. They have complicated names. If you haven't figured it out yet, I'm actually going to be going over there myself right now. It's just taking me a while. But when you complete, like, dungeons, you get these keys. Now, you can do a normal dungeon and just get 1 key, or you can do a vet hard mode dungeon and you can get 2 keys, which it's kind of insane that you have to do, like, I wish it would just be where, oh, I completed the dungeon on veteran, I get 2 keys. Oh, I completed on hard mode, I get 5. It doesn't really make sense that you are busting your ass, especially on a vet DLC dungeon. Urgarlog Chiefbane, the orc, is who you get the DLC pledges from, and then Maj Al Ragath is, yeah. So all the base dungeons are split between Maj and Glarion, and all the DLC stuff is from Urgarlog. I keep wanting to say Urgalug. Maybe it is that, I don't know. So if you click on her, you see the store, and it says Pledge Master, and you'll see all these different coffers. Now, it used to be where you had to spend, I think it was 5 keys, and just get, like, roll the dice on getting what you needed. Now it's a little bit better. You're still rolling the dice, but because we've gotten so much content now, especially for the DLC, they recently updated it to where we have, like, the DLC specific coffers. It's like Ascending Tide coffer and stuff like that. Going over to one of the base ones, you have they're split. So, like, Maj has Banished Cells coffer, Darkshade Caverns coffer, Elden Hollow, Fungal Grotto, Spindle Clutch, and Wayrest Sewers. And Glarion has Winds and Webs coffer, which is what? Okay, yeah, City of Ash, Crypt of Hearts, Frigid Crucible, Sands and Madness. So 3 of Glarion's are like singular dungeons. So Sands and Madness is Vollenfell and Vaults of Madness. Serpents and Sailors is Blackheart, and I can't remember what Celestrix is out of. So you can earn you can go up to these guys, grab your daily pledge, go run your dungeon, come back, get your key, and then use those keys to unlock those coffers, and they give you the respective monster set. So, and monster sets, as we've talked about before, pretty important. They're not, like, end-all, be-all important, but you get a lot of benefits for just a 2-piece set. So that's why a lot of people will do their build any way they can to be able to run those sets. So, we are at the tail end of our wonderful episode, and we're going to talk about events. Well, not talk about events themselves, but specifically event tickets. So we do have an event coming up here, Heroes of High Isle, and you're going to see, as you've probably seen before with events, you're going to see the Impresario, and that's where you go to get all your goodies turned in for those tickets that you get for, depending on whatever event. So, like, the event that I love the most, and I believe we're going to be talking about events, I think, in the beginning of October. I can't remember. But the most notable event that I'm looking forward to, it's coming out soon, is the Witches Festival. I mean, come on, guys. It's spooky season. Halloween is our favorite time of the year for most of us. So, and it's probably one of, if not the best event, because a lot of events are tied to daily stuff. You can only get your, well, I mean, no matter what the event is, you can only get 3 tickets per day. So, but depending on what the reward system looks like, with Witches Festival, you can just keep killing bosses and stuff and getting your little Hollowjack pails. I can't remember what they're called now. But and get like constant rewards just over and over. There's no limit to how many you can get, which is really amazing. So, you know, that's going to be coming up that we're going to be talking about is the Witches Festival. And I think you get your tickets from that for just the first pail you open per day. And then you have a maximum of 12 tickets for your inventory. And there is a max for some of these currencies I probably should mention. So like Transmute Crystals. Oh, we actually haven't talked about Transmute Crystals. Oh, my bad. I guess we'll talk about those at the end then. Let's see, a lot of stuff to keep track of. So like Transmute Crystals is you have a maximum of 1,000. And event tickets you have a maximum of 12. Looks like those are the only two things that have a maximum. So like for event tickets you can only have a maximum of 12. If you open up, like if it's, say it was Witches Festival, and you open up your pail and you're maxed out your tickets, you kind of just sort of wasted your tickets. I don't like that it does this. I wish that they would have fixed it a long time ago, but they're not going to. But yeah, if you aren't paying attention to your event ticket count and you're at 12 and you open up your daily for the day, then you just lost out on 3 tickets because they just vanish into the ether. Don't know why, they just do. So it sucks and it's dumb, but what are you going to do? Except send in a ticket. So if enough of us complain, it'll happen. So yeah, event tickets are used for the Impresario, which she's not up right now, so I can't go to her as, you know, an example of, oh, what do you get? But you can get things like group repair kits. You can get, I believe, non-combat pets. Just whatever the Impresario has for you at that time. Because she's always changing and it all depends on the event. So, like, I believe Witches Festival has specific things you can buy from the Impresario. For the longest time, it was Indrik feathers for all the events. So you bought Indrik feathers and Indrik berries and Indrik mounts, and oh my god, it was just, I'm so glad the days of the widespread Indrik are gone. Like, it was cool for a while, but it's like, guys, it's getting really, really repetitive really quickly. So, I think that covers event tickets. So, yeah, hopefully we're actually capping off with, let's see, inventory, currencies. So, going over real quick before we officially close out to make sure I'm getting everything wrapped up here. Gold, alliance points, Telvar Stones, RIP vouchers. We talked about all those. Crown gems, crowns. I'm not going to go over outfit change style tokens, even though they're a currency. That's weird. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. They're outfit change style tokens. They help you change your outfit style. I mean, I guess if we're going with technical currencies, there's also the other tokens for, like, alliance change and race change and looks and all that. We've talked about event tickets and Daunted Keys, Seals of Endeavor. So let us cap off with Transmute Crystals. And I am going to bot back to my house for this one because Transmute Crystals require a specific crafting item called the Transmute Station. And you can get that, we'll talk about in crafting, but I'll just mention it here right now. You can get that for gold or for RIP vouchers, and I think those are the only and crowns. You can, I think, buy from the crown store. I distinctively remember buying mine for crowns because I was not going to spend a ton of RIP vouchers because it's like 1,250 and that's insane. And I wasn't going to buy it with gold because that's over 1 million, and that is also insane. So, crowns it is. And, yeah, I think it cost me like 500 or something. I don't know. So, I'm at my Transmute Station, right? And this guy walks up to me, and he's giving me problems, you know? So, if you click on Transmute Station, sorry for being dumb there, you have 2 options. You have Transmute or Reconstruct. Reconstruct is fairly new. It came with the sticker book we got. I think with Greymoor, it's getting really hard to keep track of when these updates came out. So the first one is Transmute. We've had the Transmute Station for a while. It used to be where you couldn't change the traits on your gear, which really sucked. Like, honestly, you new players had it really easy. Like, I remember we had to like grind over and over for specific gear, like absolutely specific gear. Had to be a specific trait, had to be a specific weight, had to be specific everything. Now, granted, you can't change your weight on things, so you're still having to grind for that. But for us, at least for your traits, you can use the Transmute Station, which we obviously need to talk about currency Transmute Crystals. You get those in all sorts of ways. Now from Tales of Tribute rewards, you can get them, I think, through daily login. Don't quote me on that. I think they show up every now and again. You get them with a lot of daily rewards too, like the pledges. You can get Transmute Crystals. Specifically, you get Transmute Geodes, which you break open and get a random assortment of Transmute Crystals. So I don't remember exactly all the ways you get Transmute Crystals. I do know that it's got, especially with Tales of Tribute, it's gotten a whole lot easier to get Transmute Crystals. So, and like I said, you can only have a maximum of 1,000, and I believe that's with ESO Plus. If you don't have ESO Plus, that number is 500. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good for that on the Transmute part, because again, we'll come back to this and go in more detail. The other one is Reconstruct. So, for transmuting, I should say it costs a flat 50 Transmute Crystals to spend in order to do a trait. It might, depending on what your sticker book looks like, and honestly might be easier to reconstruct a piece that you've already collected. So, like, let me look at Daggerfall, because I have a lot on that. So, if I want to... so if, let's say we're clicking on Daggerfall, and you see the sets, right? Order of Diagna. On the top right, it will say the cost. Now, I have collected about half... maybe, well, 3, 6, 9, 11 versus 5... Okay, no, I've collected exactly half of the Order of Diagna pieces. So it cost me 51. So it basically cost me the same to reconstruct an entire piece of Order of Diagna as it would just transmuting the item or the trait on the item I need for Order of Diagna. So this is just an example, obviously. Going down, apparently I have collected 100% of the Swordsinger items, which means that my cost for that is all the way down to 25 Transmute Crystals. So instead of paying 50 to transmute the trait, I might as well just reconstruct the item itself for half that. So there's a lot of strategy when going after like items and filling up your sticker book and all this. You can save yourself a lot of heartache with Transmute Crystals, or you can be impatient like me and go, oh, I have a lot of Transmute Crystals, I'm just gonna go down the list of what I need for my build and just get it over with. So it also reconstructing can also help for just that even if you are still spending the same amount but you need something like a certain weight or whatever, it might just still be easier to just reconstruct versus transmute the thing. So, and I think that's it. I think we have officially covered currencies. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, it has taken us about the normal time it usually does. We're at about 55 minutes now, which means that, 15 minutes of that is us bantering? Well, not bad, not bad. So, with that, that is it for this episode of Legends Rise. Thank you all so much for joining us, or joining me. And remember, if you want more stuff, you can check out our Discord. Once again, the links to those are on our Facebook page and Twitter at Legends Rise ESO. Come be a part of the fun and make some new friends. And if you want more of your experience, you can go to patreon.com/LegendsRiseESO and become a Legends Plus member. Music is Sons of Skyrim Epic Metal Remix, edited by me and performed by Brandon Strader. And you can find him on YouTube and Facebook at BESTRADER. That's Best Raider. So, this is actually, oh yeah, I've done solo stuff before with like Crown Store Showcase, which by the way, if you check out Twitter for the week, I have put up a poll. If you guys want me to bring back talking about the Crown Store Showcase items, just me, just solo episodes, just let me know if there's a major want for them, because I did do one for back in March, and I get it, we're just starting out, so like the numbers weren't quite there yet. Now we have a decent following with you guys, so I'm checking back in. If you want me to talk about the Crown Store Showcase items, I will, because obviously they're kind of one and done episodes. Once we even get a week into after that episode is up, items start to disappear, so it sucks. So there's next month, there's no point listening to the month prior showcase unless you just want to consume our content. That's perfectly okay too. You might actually miss something I talk about just randomly offhand that might be important to you. So again, go check out that poll, cast your vote, and I'll, at the end of the week, I'll review, and if there's a major call for it, then yeah, I'll spend a little bit of extra time going over that. So you can find Lainey on PCNA at Adexi the One-Eyed, with a dash between one and eyed. And you can find me on Xbox at Everyone's Problem, spelled with a 0 and no E at the end. Come hang out with me on North American server on Xbox. I think I just said that, God. It's morning, guys. Haven't finished my coffee yet. If you aren't up for ESO, you can come join us on Halo. We've been doing some map making on Halo, which has been kind of cool. Me and my best friend Kenny, we got a couple of maps made so far, and we're currently working on a Alcatraz type island for like just regular free-for-all in teams, and maybe some infection too. Who knows? COD, Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and a bunch of other stuff. You can check that all out as well. Alrighty. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in Tamriel.